Hey YouTube, the streets are buzzing talking about this Monique interview with Shannon Sharp. It was good. I think it has over, last time I checked, it had over 1 million views. I'm sure that had doubled or tripled. Um, but the whole thing was, it was okay. It wasn't as exciting as Cat Williams because all Cat Williams did was throw every mother effing body under the bus because she loves us so much. She's not doing that. And that's okay. That's actually really good. But she did speak on a story, a situation that happened between her and Kevin Hart. And to my surprise, I was shocked. But then it's just like, how could I be shocked? Because it's Kevin Hart. But let's listen to how it happened.
Podcast so you can hear it for yourself. When he first comes on, he says, "You're like my mother, you're like my aunt, you're like my sister." Okay? Then we do the podcast. We speak about the Tyler Perry situation. Oprah Winfrey, he said, "I don't really know Oprah, but I'm going to reach out to Tyler." I appreciate that. Kevin kept his word. He reached out to Tyler Perry. Kevin Hart called me back about maybe a week or so later. He said, "Mo, I talked to Tyler. He said he don't want to revisit it." He said, "But I tell you what, let's move past that, Mo. Let's just move past that and let's just do great things. So whatever
That's
you,"
what Kevin said.
I want you to hear me, Kevin Hart. "Let's move past that, Mo. Let's do some great things together. Don't even worry about it. Whatever y'all want to do, I will partner with you. I'll executive produce with you. You just let me know what you want to do." Now, let me say that before we go any further because
Okay.
I want to make sure I give Kevin Hart his proper credit. When my family was up against the wall, Kevin Hart wrote us a check and said, "Here you go." We're forever grateful for that. When we were able to give it back, we said, "Brother, we appreciate you with some interest on top," because I don't ever want nobody to think
Feel like they
me and
gave
my
more.
husband. So I want to make sure I put that out there. That brother really helped us out when we needed to be helped out. Then when he came back with, "I got you," I didn't ask Kevin Hart to do anything. He said, "I'll executive produce. I'll partner with you." I said, "Good shit, Kevin," because we're in a deal with Endemol and we're trying to get our talk show back. Mo, whatever it is, I got you. Now, Kevin Hart is one of the biggest entertainers right now in the world, right?
Correct.
And was then. We got off the phone with Kevin Hart. We called Endemol immediately and said, "Kevin Hart said whatever we want to do, he got us. He's going to partner, executive use." They was like, "Oh, this is incredible," because when you put Kevin Hart name on it, you already know what it is.
Correct.
2 weeks go by. We get a call from Endemol. Endemol says, "We just got a call from Kevin Hart's manager, Dave Becky." And Dave Becky said, "Kevin doesn't want anything to do with Monique. So whatever she told y'all, he doesn't want to do anything with her, nothing. He doesn't want any kind of relationship with Monique."
So what changed between the 2 weeks and when and plus he gave you a check, you gave the money back, then said he would partner with you, executive produce, whatever you need, Mo, hey, we got you. So what transpired or what do you think transpired between then that 2 week period?
Well, soon as we got off the phone and they told us what Kevin's manager, David Becky, said, I called Kevin Hart immediately. I said, "Hey, baby, we just got off the phone with Endemol and they said Dave Becky called them up and said, you don't want anything to do with me." He said, "Mo, that's a miscommunication. I can tell you right now." I said, "Wait a minute. Are you okay though with this white man calling them up? Getting in between our relationship after something you said?" He said, "Mo, that's a miscommunication and we're going to talk Tuesday. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you right now, it's a miscommunication." That was 2 years ago. If you talk to him, I talk to him. I've never talked back to Kevin Hart again. So that's what we're faced with. When you allow somebody to come in between a relationship with a woman.
That was a lot. That was a lot. I, I was surprised, but then I wasn't surprised because it's Kevin Hart. Um, let's back up. She said that her and her family's back was against the wall and they were in some financial trouble and he came through for them. We don't know if it was the mortgage, uh, something to do with the bank. foreclosure, grandkids issues, don't know what it is. But he came through for her. And I didn't even know that they were close enough like that to do that. And she doesn't mention if she asked him for the favor or if he offered. Well, obviously he did eventually offer, but I don't know if she asked him first. Um, and I don't think he just willingly offered. It sounded like she asked him first because she needed to. Don't get me wrong, we love Monique. Here's the thing though, how the story ended, it sounds as if she was trying to cleave to him and he really just didn't want anything to do with Monique. Like, we don't know how long the loan was for. Was it a span of 12 months? Was it before she had gotten her ooh, what's the word I'm looking for? Her Netflix judgment of the money that Netflix was going to, she sued Netflix and that she won. And it sounds like this could have been before, because maybe all her money went into lawyers and fees and attorneys and all this stuff here. And she probably just needed money. This sound like this was before the Netflix ruling, judgment, because she said that she paid him back with interest as well. So she ain't no bum bitch. I I just wanted to understand the level of comfortability between the two because I had no idea that they had a relationship like that. Not relationship, not intimate, but just any type of connection. Like she went to Kevin Hart before she went to Cat Williams. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe she doesn't have a relationship with Cat Williams, but maybe she does have a relationship with Kevin Hart that I just didn't know about. Maybe it's out there, I just didn't know. That's number one. So there are dealings amongst the two, right? That's one. Number two, he seemed like he was genuine in trying to help solve the issue between her and Tyler Perry, even though this was like 15-year-old T, he wanted to help. Said he would call Tyler Perry and spoke to him. Then got back to Monique, says he don't want to go down that path anymore with Monique, and he ain't trying to fix it. So much like a Christian, right? Tyler. He ain't want to fix it. That's very Christ like, by the way. And he says, Monique, I'm behind you. I will co sign. I will be the executive. I will partner with you. Whatever you want to do, I'm with you. I stand with Monique, is what he's saying. She's excited. She's like, yes, thank you so much. What a good friend you are. He already gave her money. I wonder what else he gave her. I wonder what else. Let me stop. Um, she calls this filming company or network. I don't know who they are, right? Tells them, hey, Kevin Hart is gonna basically put his name on it, and that's just gonna be good for business. And they're like, great. Why Kevin Hart representative gonna sit here and call them the network people, filming company, whatever they are, and says not only do they say no, we're not gonna do anything involving Monique. Kevin's team is not gonna do anything involving Monique, but they said we don't want anything. Kevin doesn't want anything to do with Monique. So not only did you say no, you put a negative spin on it. So maybe that company would say, okay, that's fine, and they would move on without him. Maybe that company would have still been working with Monique, but because the 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 representative said Kevin Hart don't want nothing to do with Monique, that's just as good as done. That whole thing is trash now. Because just like she said, Kevin Hart was the is the big one of the biggest entertainers in the world. So if Kevin Hart says no, I don't want to work with Monique and I want nothing to do with her, that's basically being blackballed. One of the greats said no. And the network knows that. So now they're not going to want to work with her either. Oprah did her dirty. Tyler Perry did her dirty. Lee Daniels did her dirty. And now Kevin Hart did her dirty. As if she needed anything else to go against her. And she said this was 2 years ago. This was recent. This was 2021. This wasn't like 2007 or something. This was recently. So that must hurt really bad. And then the crazy part about the whole thing is she calls him up, meaning she can directly get in touch with Kevin. That's how close they are. She can directly contact him. Forget all the in between people and the middleman. She can directly speak to him because that's what she said she did. She said she called him up and then she basically said, "Are you going to let this white man get into our business?" And then he says, "Oh no, it's a misunderstanding. We're going to fix that." She said she ain't hear from him no more. Now I'm thinking, what happened with that phone call between Tyler Perry and Kevin? What could Tyler Perry have told him to put a motor in his boots and for him to take off running? Because that's pretty much what happened. How you was cool with giving her a undisclosed amount of money, which I'm sure wasn't lunch money, and I'm sure it was in the thousands. If you can do that type of business with her, and you could let Tyler Perry, which I'm sure that's the reason why he suddenly didn't want anything to do with her, because they can't just uh what do you call it, public relations or a team for a celebrity. They have to say what the person said. You can't sit here and be like, Kevin said he wants nothing to do with Monique. They're not just going to say that. They'll just say, no, we declined. We're not going to do the project. That's it. Not, and we want, no, and he wants nothing to do with it. That's coming from his mouth directly. The PR didn't say that. The team didn't say that. That's coming directly from Kevin's mouth. And I think she knows that. So she calls him up and like, yo, what's up? What's up? And of course he a punk ass. He a coward. He gonna sit there and flake on her and, oh, it's a misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding. So now you don't speak English. Now there's a misunderstanding. It's funny because they was close enough to where there was no misunderstanding with the lending of the money. And when he was telling her how much he admired her, that wasn't a miscommunication, then I don't know. I feel like after he had a conversation with Tyler Perry, it definitely changed his outlook on Monique. But I feel like Monique, as a black woman, was out there and vulnerable. And it wasn't like she was asking him to be there. She's saying that he was willingly doing this. You know, he helped her. She said thank you, paid him and then some, and went on about her business. And he's the one that said, "Wait, I got you. We could do this. Let's move forward. Let's do business." And of course, that sounds good to a person that hasn't done any movies or anything as of lately at the time. And so she's gonna be all for it. Y'all are already friends. Y'all over here exchanging money and this, that, and the third. Why not do a movie? But he was so secure in the friendship. And then he goes ahead and does this. So not only, like I said, does his team not want to work with her, but now whoever they reported this information to, which was the network, the people that was going to do the show, they no longer want to work with her either because you basically put a bad taste in their mouth about Monique. It'd have been free just to say, there's a misunderstanding. We're not going to do the project. But to sit here and say we don't want nothing to do with Monique, that's crazy. That's damage control. That's insane. And then he basically ghosted her. So You're playing with my intellect. You're telling me that what was told to the company wasn't told to them. So they lying to her, basically. And you're saying it's a miscommunication. Hmm. And then don't even get back to her. Don't even get back to her. That's a coward. And basically, everything that Cat Williams has said about this individual, Kevin Hart, was validated. On top of the fact that, yes, we see Monique as an auntie, but you're trusting these black men, your friend, Kevin Hart, who don't care or protect black women. Not the aunties, not the meemaws, not none of us. What make you think you could trust that man? I don't know. Because the relationship is in public, we don't know. I don't even know how the hell these niggas is friends. That is such a weird connection to me because I for sure thought that she would have had more connections to people that are like her, like the Cat Williams and the Lunels, that whole, that bunch. Not Kevin Hart. Like, I just couldn't see that. Anyways, yeah, I just thought that was grimy. Anyways, I might do another video on something else in that interview. I love these interviews. This is when I get my views. So we'll see. Good night, y'all.